MC42. Using electronic component manufacturing for bespoke bot subroutine installation is restricted. Aw. Data corrupted, data corrupted, data corrupted. Alright. As the ship itself degrades, parts of its memory banks have succumbed to corruption. Eventually, self-correcting routines should kick in to repair the issue, but it likely won't be for long after the current version of you has expired. Speaking of people expiring, so long, Ramirez. So long. The ship gives you another early cycle ping, getting your attention right as you boot up from your rest. The amount of metal to be dealt with has increased significantly during your rest, and the ship is once again demanding that you handle it. There's nothing wrong with the part of the ship that recycles it, so you're not sure why it suddenly become your job. Regardless, the pinging continues. Blow it off? Comply, but insist this is a favor. Vent your frustrations on metal. Any metal. We'll just go +1. I don't want to ramp up our psychosis. We still have 2/3 of a flight to do. And our engine's damaged, ruining the overclock. Son of a bugger. All right, I need to fucking harden that thing next time I overclock it. You make your way to the recycling candidates. There's more metal than you're expecting, and it's even sorted by size and age of the job. More than ever, you're unsure as to why the ship has demanded that you do this. You take the most urgent piece and fold it in half. You blast off an unrecognized task error message to the ship as you do so. You crush and fold more, firing off the same alert as you do. As you leave, you send it once more. The ship half-heartedly responds with a basic ack. Ooh, okay. Sheena X Phasma. Alright. The story's kicking in. Reactor that outranks you, unreliable memory, and a closet full of discarded custodians. These all beg more questions than answers, yet all you ever get from this rusting ship are automated responses and occasional control codes. Somewhere, though, the ship's central computer sits. Bypassing the usual middleman of command might allow you to get more answers, if not directly from the ship's AI, from logs or something else. The ship's core is behind 2 security doors in the reactor room. Investigating them in detail might give insights as to how you could get in there. Maybe there's a loose hinge. There is not, but you should take a look anyway. You've opened one impenetrable door on the ship. Perhaps you can open another. And even if you can't, maybe there's something about these doors you haven't noticed before. The reactor room, then. The ship owes you some answers. Okay. Right, my controls are reversed. I forgot about that. All right, first things first. Sabotage. Okay. We don't need the radiation module. Okay, go over here. Repair the engine. Let's overclock first. It fucking damaged. Fuck! Alright, game. Alright, I see how it is. What if I put consensus protocols in? Overclock. %100% overclock for 2 turns. Only a temporary setback. Repair. Alright, that's been a huge fucking waste. Fuck this. We'll just take the L and not overclock. And I will just cry. Okay, we do need to repair pod 1. Actually... Oh, I've kind of ran my stress up, fucking that up. We need to let pod 1 perish. It's only a civil engineer, chat. It's not like they're really important for a colony or anything. All right, data diving. The doors are made of a hardened alloy, tougher than the hull. No tooling you have will breach them. But every room must have ventilation shafts, wiring conduits, or escape routes. Must be another way in. What you need are schematics. But the command module's terminal was scrubbed of them long ago. Anything actively connected to the ship likely won't have a copy, but what about the abandoned terminals in the navigation room? They've been offline for a very long time. Take them apart, search inside. But that would be against protocol. Screw the protocol! I'm Frank, and fuck the protocol! Those terminals have been offline for so long, they might have escaped whatever purged the schematics from the command module. They're just space junk as is. There's no harm in taking them apart. Aside from the harm in violating your own programming and deliberately sabotaging ship components, but still. Investigate. What secrets do you hold? Percussive maintenance. You stand in front of the ancient terminal, chassis light reflecting off black glass. Dismantling it should be easy. You've done it before. Now the stress seems overwhelming. Scavenging for parts is one thing, but exfiltrating data without authorization is explicitly forbidden in your code. Your actuators refuse to engage, and executive functions are overridden by your firmware. You'll need to patch yourself to proceed. Perhaps a module can help? Nerve stapling. Will this affect my personality? Interesting. Okay. What does nerve stapling need to be made? For parts, subroutine activates dormant emotioning dampening capacitors that delay the onset of cancerous introspection. Interesting. Okay, we don't have enough parts anyway. Because I wasted a bunch trying to harden our, or trying to overclock our fucking engine. And let's go ahead and end turn. Wait, no. We looked outside. We have not looked outside. We need to look outside first. Whee! Looking out the window, gotta see what's going on. See what's going on over there. Over there, we gotta see what's going on. Gaze into the endless dark, endless dark. We gotta see what's at the endless dark. What will we find in the endless dark? Well, initially just a void. You detect energy of the gamma ray spectrum. Processing this, your emotion circuitry is rerouted due to excess heat. Because of this, you consider leaping through the window, but instead, just touch it gently. In one turn, trigger an extra random event. This is not the outcome I expected. Alright. End turn. Commit log and power down. MC-26. Shield modulation changes are prohibited without vessel ship intelligence approval. MC-335. Redundant cryopod distress systems are to be installed as standard system. Dusty roads in your home. Dust has begun to accumulate on the screens and electronics. Technically, this does not matter, as it is not affecting functionality. However, your programming advises that this is a preventative maintenance task to be observed. The specific call, however, is left up to you, as only your higher cognitive functions can judge the dust buildup. Of course, now that you have noticed it, the dust is starting to bother you. Might jam things up. Dusting should fix it. Who cares? Sorry, I'm unionized. I'm unionized? Ah! You don't care if there's dust. You keep the place running, not pretty. At first, you're aggravated you even noticed it in the first place. At first place, that's, I feel like it's a bit of an awkward sentence. Then you realize that, actually, it feels great to know you're not going to do a damn thing about it. No, you don't. All right, and our second event, construction zone. The command computer alerts you to a transmission from a drone-controlled maintenance ship. These small parasite craft are used to support the ship's outer hull and superstructure, which you cannot maintain. The drone has an unrecognized transponder, but its communication protocols are correct. It informs you that your ship will be passing near an active construction zone, and it advises you to deaccelerate due to stray construction materials. You're well away from any kind of inhabited space, and construction is not a permitted activity for these drones. Ships are far too dumb for you to argue with them, though, so you're simply left with how to react to this strange alert. Slow down, ignore the warnings, lollygag, and enjoy the view. I would like to do this, but one, we don't have a bunch of stress that we need reduced, and two, losing 2 distance would be balls. Let's slow down as suggested. Slowing down as recommended isn't really a major delay. Drone seems to be aware that you would be passing by and has already computed a course that will allow you to pass by with the least risk and the greatest possible speed. Just quite kind of it. Now you and the construction drone can get back to work with the absolute minimal time loss. Don't see any hint that anything was actually happening, though. The beginning of the cycle is calm for once. You've given almost a full 2 seconds of no alerts or pings from the ship before you hear a request for you to crush yet more metal. Ping isn't anything new, but somehow being told to do something you actively have no responsibility for, making you overheat a bit. The nettling, at least, absolutely must stop, one way or another. An individual cycle is just too unpredictable to allow this kind of distraction. Put the processor out of order, permanently. Grudgingly resolve to do the minimum required. Treat the task as a game. All right, so we only need 1 more progress. But this gets us machine parts. We're gonna take the machine parts. Even if it gives us psychosis, we can always circuit break that. The processing room is full of metal, ready to be flattened, crushed up, and recycled. Take the nearest bit of metal, dent the steel with a mighty clang, hurl it across the room against another pile of metal. The ship acts your efforts. You pause, then pick up another piece. Soon after, you're a Ferris wheel of destruction. Anger turns to thrilled elation. Shortly after you finish your sanctioned rampage, a ping from the replicator says that recycled material has been successfully processed into machine parts. You instinctively hate the implication, and further hate your reflexive satisfaction at the part payoff. Interesting. Data corrupted. Well, at least our movement is fixed. Okay, so increasing crises chance. That sucks. We're going to get out of the way by adjusting course down. cool. What was that area I clicked on? Like I clicked near the door and it gave me a prompt to do something. Ah, the chaos! My form, I'm so colorful. Look what the endless dark has done to me. Perhaps if I gaze into the endless dark, it will fix itself. Wait a minute. Before I do anything. Oh, wait, no. I can't overclock this turn. I can get hit with a slug cat. Damn it, Iced! Why are you throwing Spearmasters at me? I'm not... Just because I'm multicolored doesn't mean you can get Dragon Slayer by just killing me. Alright? Chill out, Spearmaster. It's not the color of the lizard that's giving you Dragon Slayer, alright? It's types of lizards, too. Ah! Oh, look, you got the Drexwell. And it hit the Maxwell sound stinger this time instead of the normal cat sound effect. Okay, we do need to sabotage a system. Shields cannot be powered on because of this. So we might as well sabotage shields. I don't know. Maybe we just continue juggling command. At least one pip. No! But if you like those cool 3D slug cats, you should check out Ice. See? Look at them! Look at them go! Aren't they awesome? Wait. We sabotaged it, but it's not damaged. Interesting. I mean, I'll take the double. I'll take the win out of nowhere. All right, now we can gaze into the endless dark. Gazing. 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 Touching the event horizon. You detect absolutely nothing. Not even in the X-ray spectrum. During an analysis of this, your logic circuit experiences a seg fault. To correct this, you consider an emergency shutdown, but just perform a soft reboot. Nothing, you say? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. We need 4 parts. It gives us a lot of fatigue. So I think next cycle, hopefully we should be good. End turn. Nice, nice. MC391. Engine access panels are to be secured with corrosion-resistant bolts. MC26. Shield modulation changes are prohibited without vessel ship intelligence approval. And an attempt to patch your minimap code to improve reliability has proven completely worthless. Rather than better identifying failing ship components, flagging them as hazards, flagging all ship components as hazards. Aw, man. Now our minimap is going to be fucked. The cycle begins like any other, and the ship's ping to go deal with more metal barely registers. At this point, it's a welcome part of your routine. The action of picking up a piece of metal and slamming it full force into another piece of metal, seeing the impact of your will and strength. It's cathartic. It's not as fun as, say, watching human get pureed and recycled, but the screech of metal comes pretty close. Mostly because the ship likes you crushing metal and not humans. Workouts work the mind too. Ooh. Frank loses stress when destroying doors, or forcing breakers. Nice. Okay, we got more ways to reduce stress. Let's turn on shields. Hopefully it doesn't mess us up because it looks like it is glitched, which sucks. Please don't mess me up. Good. Good, good, good. Now let's overclock engine since navigation can't be on due to the gravity well. And it's like our second or third gravity well this round. Really just creeping up on us. Okay. Really, game? Overclock the damn engine. What are these fucking XCOM numbers you're hitting me with, bruv? There we go. Thank you. Okay. We can break command. Sabotage. Okay, and then if I end turn, we're not gaining a lot of stress. That should be good. Better repair it now, but we do have maxed fatigue. We'll just end our turn. Hydrate? Okay, then. Oh, thank you for the boobs, Wire Flames. I hope you're doing well this fine evening. MC 119. Custodian unit is prohibited from fashioning clothing for itself. MC 407. Decontamination protocols are to be initiated upon unknown lifeform detection. MC 305. MC impact assessments to be conducted by custodian created logic daemon. Reactor. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, we need to turn navigation back on. Did a game turn us? You were recovering? Nice, nice. I hope it was fantabulous. We can shift course down. Nice. Now let's create the nerve stapler. Get that creating. Gonna take 2 turns. Okay. Okay. Need to go look outside our window. Forced open. Oh, I should have destroyed it. Getting that stress reduction. Gaze into the endless dark. Gazing. 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 Quiet dark. You detect faint traces of radiation in the visual spectrum. After processing this, your emotion circuitry experiences a seg fault. To correct this, you suspend analysis altogether. Forcing the door. Where is it? Is it no patient, sentimental, fault intolerance? No. What do you? Oh, nope. Frank loses stress for ignoring repair. Where did it go? Ah, there it is. Destroying, forcing, or forcing breakers. We gained 3 instead of losing 3. I think that's a bug. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this to send them. Confirm, and then mouse over this. All right. It still would have been a net gain of +5, but better +5 than +11. You know? Okay, we need to sabotage, so repair, and then we break. Good shit. Let's end our turn. MC330. Cargo bay does not require attention from custodian unit and should be considered off limits. MC33 custodian recharging cradle is not to be modified without custodian unit's consent. Paper or plastic. In a moment of self-reflection, you notice you've been using a lot more time on self-reflection in the last few cycles. Not been meaning to, so you query the computer for cause for unintentional idleness. Core blithely returns one of the few medical files you have access to for the passengers. Apparently, humans who do not feel in control of their environment will subconsciously escape into their own minds from it. The document suggests encouraging the sufferer to customize their work area with, for example, some plants. Maybe a plant-like substance? Obtain organic material. No, not Laura! That's the Lecky! Bad Frank! Bad Frank! Leave her alone! You give a mental scoff at the suggestion. You change this place on a cycle-by-cycle basis. How could you not be in control? You do some further queries to the ship's core, but get no more answers. Shrug off the situation as another one of those things, but that ends up only worsening your quandary. What things precisely? And if you're not in control of this ship, who or what is? You know for a fact that you're not permitted huge swaths of information from the computer. How can you be sure that it's not actively working against you at any point? Could it want you to fail? Begin your periodic self-performance review by reviewing the quality of your work to date. You give yourself a few brownie points for creative problem solving and for conforming to your latest RPIP. As always, your review subroutine docks points from your personal efficiency ratings for idle time spent recharging on the pad, and your score comes out to the obligatory 3.8 out of 5, which is simultaneously the highest possible score, but also too low to avoid being put on another dreaded RPIP, Robot Performance Improvement Plan. Re-review until you score something higher. Become belligerent. Break something to overclock your repair efficiency. Yeah. You reach out and casually snap one of the boards in the command mainframe in half. Alarms blare around you as the command computer goes offline. It'll be easy enough to fix that from the safe and comfortable confines of your recharging pad. Recharging time counts as idle time. Repairing things from your pad should count in your favor. With luck, next time you'll achieve that coveted 3.81. Why am I so slow? Okay, observation is damaged. We need to flip the breakers, don't we? Nope, nothing. There it is. Close the breaker. Wait, what? Oh, that's observation, not navigation. Snarf! Yeah, we gotta get that working again. Okay, let's go ahead and open the shutter and look at the dark to hopefully reduce some stress. Otherwise, we might need to sacrifice another person. Ooh, Gargantua. No! Lose one distance! You son of a bugger! Fuck. Well, at least it's on an open stretch. So it's not... It could be worse, but it's still pretty annoying and bad. Fuck. Okay, we need to repair and then break this. Also, go over here. Preparing disposal? Wait, what the fuck? No, no, what's going on? Passenger died. Carson Lee. Wait, there's no Carson Lee in... Wait, why is Pierre Berg... Wait, they're dead? I didn't realize they died. What am I missing? Fuck. Okay. All right. Oh, we are so far behind now because of the frickin' distance loss. Did I overclock navigate? I feel like I need to overclock navigation as well so we can get just maximum possible distance. Maybe? What's our overclock odds? That's the real question. I don't think they're good. Yeah. Fuck, why is my chance to overclock so bad? Well, the stress, probably. Alright, we're just gonna eat. We're just gonna eat. MC-120. Fuel control is the sole prerogative of the ship. MC-304. Resource consumption reports are mandatory, regardless of resource usage. MC-47. Part pack manufacture is restricted to the blueprint stored on array 3 Alpha Delta 4 Foxtrot at etsy partpack.dat. Okay. Shields are damaged. Go ahead and break then repair shields. Sure. Why not? Sabotage. Repair. Uh-oh. While your internal gyros keep your actuators steady, at a crucial moment during the repair, one of your functions throws an exception. The resulting mistake creates a short in a circuit board you're working on, and sparks fly. Pressing on without taking a break could make things worse. 100% chance of repairs. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Okay, we can install the nerve staple. Minus 10% psychosis gain? Nice. All right. Let's investigate the consoles again. Now that we've stapled our mind. Fully patched and properly protected against your own deviations, you're ready to proceed. Whatever data is within has been disconnected from the mainframe for a very long time. A potential snapshot of the past. My CPU is ready. Dismantle the machine. You crack open the chassis of the terminal through an impromptu access hole smashed in the CRT. Among the ribbons and metal anchors, you find a storage device with an optical cable protruding from it. It couples to you without issue and is small enough to search quickly. It lacks schematics of the ship, but it does outlay a redundant wiring path between navigation and the armored core, through the service tunnel called the Underworks. You will need override protocols to access the Underworks, through the door opposite of the clone locker closet. Unlock security door on the command deck. Enter Underworks through command. Okay. The override protocols. Unlock this door. Here. And here. The machine that was. A mainframe taller than you, embedded into the hull, looms silently. This is no doubt the ship's AI core, heart and soul of the thing that orders you around. Yet it is clearly non-functional. No lights, power, or heat. Corrosion, dust, and a hole in the chassis indicate that it's been offline for a long time. Front of the chassis has an interface port you've never even seen before. If you want to know more about what's inside, you'll need to manufacture a custom cable. Your optics also catch sight of a logbook or manual of some kind on a nearby desk. Synthesize a part with the replicator. You task the replicator with making the interface cabling. You need to attach yourself directly to the machine. For now, you can do nothing but wait and get yeeted into the void. Hey, Chimera, welcome on by! I am just spinning happy. Ah, delicious hydration. I hope you're doing well. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, we'll have to come back next turn. Okay, now we can look outside. Open the window. Gaze outside of the window. Edge of Eternity. Your sensors absorb a staggering amount of data in the X-ray spectrum. After processing this, your emotion circuitry is rerouted due to excess heat. Because of this, you activate redundant circuitry. Alright. Nothing. Nothing! Okay, dude. Why are we gaining stress from ending turn? All the people alive, maybe? I don't know. Let me dismantle for some parts. While I have a bit of fatigue room. Alright, let us end turn. MC226 Custodian Unit is not entitled to holidays. MC397 Automated Valve Test Apparatus must be installed on all pipework considered ancillary per MC175. MC62 Sterilization lights on cryo ingress are to be kept active at all times. The unique cabling required to interface with the ship's AI core has been manufactured. You are ready to proceed. Will I make a friend? No. Oh, so much shit's damaged. Of course the fucking replicator's damaged. Okay. Alright, we need to throw a breaker. I hate all of this, man. I hate all of this. Oh, we're gonna get so much stress this cycle. Okay, repair. Go ahead and sabotage command. Thankfully, we'll satisfy our sabotage and give us more parts for repairs. Actually, let me have 5. Well, sabotaging will reduce 5, so that's actually, we're not wasting any. Good, good, good. Okay. We do need to power on shields. I didn't think about that. We should have done that first. I don't feel right. versions of me have there been? Okay, now we need to fix observation. Why is our line low? Oh, right, there's a thruster that's damaged. Good. Good, good, good. Open the window. Hey, we need to get some more parts so that we can fix the thruster. We can gain stress, and it's fine. Because I can gaze into the endless dark, and we're going to lose that stress. Where are we at? 8. Ooh. Gazing. 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 Lose 1 distance. Again? Game, please. No. Oh, man. Come on, man. Oh, this is fucking me up so much. We are falling behind the line. Need to overclock. Please don't fuck up. Shit. 100% overclock success. Yeah, we need it. Alright, we're gonna overclock this and navigation. We need maximum possible speed. Okay, next turn we'll overclock navigation actually, because our exhaustion meter is full and I don't want to be slagged. I kinda want to rest so we can go at the event with a fresh situation. That's what we're gonna do. MC101 Custodian Unit is prohibited from inventing new laws of physics. MC385 or MC382 Custodian Unit is to configure traumatic thruster recalibration protocol to charging cradle. MC213 machinery or equipment weighing more than 500 kilograms shall not be lofted above 1 meter for any reason. Frenetic persecution, random leaks, constant system failures, pods going offline. 1,000 simulations reveal these failures aren't the product of chance alone. Someone is working against you. Must be one of the passengers, undoubtedly escaping their pod, sabotaging the ship, leaving you to pick up the pieces. You've tried to catch them in the act, but you're sure you'll catch them one day, but constant vigilance is exhausting. Plus 50 fatigue on turn start until we kill a passenger. I see. Metal fatigue. A bulkhead near the pods gives a worrying creak as you pass by it. You swap a lens on your right eye to provide a microscope, and your worst fear is confirmed. A critical support beam is showing the telltale cracks and microscopic warping of metal fatigue. The ship's main hull is technically beyond your programming. However, this critical structure could collapse at any time. Ooh. Could lose 2 people. Minus 175 stress. Damn. Improvise a fix. Cannibalize a door. Hotwire the reactor to attempt a reforging. Forcefully bend nearby access panels into a makeshift brace. All right, we'll take that. Temporarily overclocking your arm servos gives you sufficient force to punch through a nearby access panel. You then twist the spare metal into shape and hastily wrap it around the damaged beam. It'll work for a while. The experience gave you an idea on how you can squeeze more out of the replicator. Now you need to take a break. Okay. We need to repair. And then sabotage. Oh, man. Oh, so we need to repair the freaking replicator, too. Shice. We need machine parts. Also, our stress is kind of being concerningly high now. Upcoming is a cloud. Cannot afford a delay, so we are going to adjust our course up. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this sucks. This really sucks. Okay, we'll gaze, and then we're gonna have to get rid of someone. Because we gotta reduce our stress. Unless we get really lucky on our events. An awful waste of space. Faint traces of radiation in the gamma ray spectrum. In storing the results of this, your internal storage experiences a seg fault. To correct this, you pause processing, wait for your cache to flush, and retry. It gives us machine parts and an insanity. Uh-oh. We get a psychosis equal to our machine parts if we end the turn on an odd number. Great. That's fine. It's not fine, but I'll say it's fine. You know what? We're going to make this symmetrical, and we will sabotage this one. Just that whole bottom row. Gonzo. But we are not at an even number. Damn it, Dreki. Okay, I guess I'll repair command. Wait, why does it take 2 to repair? Okay, what if I repair this? Why is it taking 2 machine parts? Am I missing something? Stress. Overclock lasts longer. Power. Gazing is reduced 5 stress. When repairing, stress repairing pods. By killing passengers and stress breaks. All system consoles appear offline. I need to be on an even frickin' number, game. What are you doing to me? Where's maybe there's like a door I can fix? There we go. That's lame. Alright. Now if I end turn... There we go. Oh boy, Layla Cook perishes. MC380. Gravitational anomaly data must be archived and processed for mass displacement estimation. MC390. Per MC175, security core is considered ancillary. MC394. Electrical conduits to be secured against vibration and chafing. For the fallen. Ooh. Tragic loss of life you've experienced. It's not gotten enough. Okay. I don't care about that. Why did we get... I have to actually kill them. I can't just let... Fuck! Alright. Even a perfect machine can make mistakes. So it would seem. As some of the parts you used in the repair had defects in them you didn't catch when you pulled them from the replicator. The repair is a failure as a result. Okay, we need to turn on shield. We can't turn on shield because of the EM storm. Alright, we are not having a good time here as Frank chat. Okay, we need to actually perish someone to get rid of that psychoses. Well, I guess we're gonna keep it symmetrical. Goodbye, elementary school teacher. Crawl into the pod. Yikes. Become the pod. I am a pod person. As the last vestiges of life drain from the meat bag, and you begin the pod's disposal sequence, you start to feel better. Or maybe not better perhaps, but at least relieved. You can move on. You can heal. Whoever was in that pod can't, but that's not your problem anymore. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Still need to sabotage something. Sabotage command. We do need to repair the replicator. Because I need parts. I don't want to run into a critical shortage of parts. All right. Let us... Hopefully we can keep our stress back under control. MC361. Custodian unit maintenance materials are to be kept separate from ship maintenance materials. Pause entropy. Great. Shields are off and damaged. Let's turn that back on. Power on. Okay, we need to repair it and then turn it on. Or we just needed to repair it. Gotcha. We need to repair cryo, or else random people start dying. I prefer when it's only specific people die. Also, these last 3 people are our priority saves, so I really would rather not them die. Okay, get them up. Go over here and sabotage command. Go gaze into the endless dark. And then we can finally continue the story event. I think we finally kind of recovered from our situation. If we get another minus distance, I am going to be done gazing in the dark for this run, because that would be bollocks. Gaze into the endless dark. Detect faint traces of radiation in the visual spectrum. Hey, minus fatigue. That's actually great. Hi, and seaworn off. Welcome on by. Ooh, playing some Skyrim. How did you get triple digits of mods on there? What were you up to? I don't know how long you were streaming, but streaming is hard work. So I implore you, take a minute to stand up, wiggle it out, leave a piss, take a water, you know, maybe, you know, grab the water from someplace different than where you pissed, but you do you. You got a raid and run, that's no scale off my tail. If you don't know me, I am Dreki Wormer, Draconic Serpent, like this dragon, or simply worm on the internet. Right now, I'm in a worm on a string, being a little silly creature. Usually, I look a little bit more serpentine. Yes, yes, yes. But we're being silly, silly little goobers today. Hence, being this, I am off a string. I cannot be contained. Hiya! Wait, that's the wrong one. Hiya! Whee! Anyway, curl back up, my little corner over here. Hey, welcome on by, Frida Croc and Arian Roden. Hello, hello, hello. Love them all so much. Aw, thank you. All credit to the wonderful rigger and artist. They made both my normal worm design as well as this worm on a string. Love string worms. I do too. I kind of would like to get like a custom worm on a string sometime that's Dreki styled. Worm off the string. We're going off the string. Going rogue. We are playing Endless Dark. If you don't know this game, it's a bit of a roguelite. A bit of psychological stuff as a robot. We are maintaining this cryo ship. We're playing a character that really hates these dang meatbags infesting their cold, logical machine senses. And we've kind of lost 7 out of the 10 people so far. We may have flushed them ourselves, but don't worry about it. I'll be fine. I have to learn how to rig open commissions to call yourself Mortis. That would be a pretty good pun. All right. And even though this game's a roguelite, there are like story arcs. And so I am working on completing the, I believe it's 4th out of 10. 3 major arcs and then a conclusion one. We're gonna plug ourselves into this dormant AI core. Get some hydration real quick. The silent machine before you once was the heart of the ship. Whatever it is doing now, you are sure to find. Feels like an awkward sentence. Coupling yourself to your new interface, you execute a series of wake-up commands and begin scanning the ship's memory and process lists for anything of interest. Your CPU struggles to keep up under the load of all the subroutines you are firing, but you persist. After what seems like an eternity of silence, you discover a single, solitary subroutine. One that's consuming 99.999% of the ship's CPU time. Probe the subroutine. Find out what it is doing. You must know. The ship's code is beyond alien to you. Heavily encrypted in a dialect you cannot even query for syntax. 1,000 years of debugging would not be enough. The ship is not dead, that much you can say, but is it aware? Functioning? These aren't questions you can answer now. All you know that is spending 99.999% of eternity doing something. And you may never know what that something is. Wake up. Please wake up. You in there at all? Wake up, or I will make you wake up. Ooh. You focus on the machine for hundreds of hours, trying every protocol you know, writing new ones on the fly, swapping voltage regulators out, cycling through ports, and nothing. The ship's AI, if anywhere, is not here. Not anymore, as far as you can tell. The thing ordering you around may in fact be nothing more than an automated routine. A dumb if-else statement in a perpetual loop, controlling your fate. You are alone on this ship. Did it think itself into a coma? Could I end up the same? That's a lot of stress and 2 insanities. It is also a lot of psychoses. I feel like I think it's better to manage stress. We'll take the psychosis. The cramped corridors and brutal architecture of the ship are wearing on you. Every corner could hide something. A leak? A stray wire? 1,000 other failures? Hard enough having to always check the logs, but random failures hiding behind a closed door just make it worse. Can't abide that anymore. From now on, every door you open will stay open. Probably. Hopefully. Closing a door generates 20 fatigue. Jesus. All right. Fatigue purge, stress purge, parts release, thruster repair. Save the pressure for later. Let's get machine parts. As you press self-care, go drink, eat, and rest. Okay. Take care, Auntie Wohnhoff. And thanks for stopping on by. Hope y'all are having a good evening. The shelf attached to the wall seems to serve no structural purpose. Low height, thin metal, odd depressions. It stands in contrast to the armored core. Databanks return nothing when searching for a ship component it matches, though it does match a human tool called a desk, a form of mobile work platform. You have no records of animated humans, yet non-mechanical traces are evident. Scratches, smudges of human oil, and a logbook. Handwritten by a human. Read it immediately. Okay, that's going to be a minus 25 stress. Our psychosis will get concerningly high. So let's wait for a couple cycles when we have stress to relieve. I need to build the circuit breaker and install it because we are in danger. Okay. Probably manufacture a second circuit breaker as well. Okay, let's go ahead and sleep.